Assalamu alaikum. How are you, dear fellows? My name is Abdul Khalik. Most of us, or many of us, do know that being a self confident person is very, very important. It is very useful, and maybe a good life is not possible without being a person who is confident in oneself. And there are techniques which are being taught in this respect as well. Dear friends, I think that we also need to make a kind of assessment that whether I am a confident person or not. Sometimes we are not having a clear picture of the level of our self confidence, whether we are confident person or not. Today we are going to talk about certain behaviors. If at all any of us are having any of these, it actually means that we are lacking this precious commodity which is called self confidence. Now, there are seven behaviors, not just one, not just two. But even if a person is having three of these, four of these, it does mean that the person is a not a confident person. And the more behaviors out of these seven, if at all these are carried by someone, it does mean that we that we are lacking the self confidence and we need to do certain things. We need to take some measures so that we are able to come out of that situation. This is the topic of our today's discussion. Seven behaviors means lacking self confidence. What are those seven behaviors? First of all, it is excessive apologizing. Some of the people are seen apologizing for most of the time over smaller, petty things, trivial things. And maybe they are of the view that they need to be perfect. Why they do this? Anything lesser than the perfect, they will be asking for an apology for that. It is not humanly possible, no matter how genius somebody is, to be a perfect person, to do something in a flawless manner. That is absolutely possible. Although there are certain situations where we do need to say sorry, there are situations like this one where we do need to say excuse me, where we do need to say that pardon, I seek apology. But I think that this too shouldn't be too much. If at all we are seen doing it with most of the things we are seen doing, the way we are acting, the way we are reacting, I think it will definitely it will show that we are lacking the self confidence. The second such behavior is avoiding eye contact. Avoiding eye contact. If at all we are avoiding the eye contact, it doesn't mean in eye contact does not mean staring someone else at all. We don't need to stare anybody at all, but at least we need to look into the eyes of another person in a friendly manner, in a neutral manner, not with the purpose of frightening someone else or threatening somebody else, but we need to look into the eyes of another person. So, avoiding the eye contact. The third behavior is, always talking about one's possessions and contacts. Always possessing about one's possessions and contacts. Always talking about one's abilities and achievements. Abilities and achievements. Possessions and contacts, abilities and achievement. If at all somebody talks about this quite often, it actually means that they are trying to become a self-confident or they are not a self-confident person at all. Now the fourth such behavior is seeking constant reassurances. Seeking constant reassurances. This means that the person is lacking the self-confidence. Why to always seek the reassurance? Why we ourselves are not able to know whether it is okay or not, right or not. The fifth is being afraid of taking this being afraid of taking even the well prepared risk. There are people who are unwilling to take the risk at all, unwilling to take the risk at all. So I think that is not good. That is not good. We should be ready to take the well prepared risk, not necessarily each and every risk, but at least some of the risks should be taken after enough preparation. And after enough preparation, if at all we come to a conclusion that okay, I can do this and it will inshallah happen rightly, we should be taking that risk as things. Also, we need to calculate what will be the cost if at all I do fail. If at all the cost is not very high and your preparations are okay, reasonable, I think the risk should be taken. And then it is the sixth is defensive attitude. Defensive attitude. What is this defensive attitude? Mean we are every time somebody criticizes us, complains us, or talk anything which is not so pleasant and good in ourselves, something which was not done well, good by us. So suddenly there is a reaction of self defense, like our dignity, honor, integrity is threatened. It's not the case. Listen to that well, and listen to that well and patiently the criticism upon you. Then think well, if at all it does exist in you up to some degree. If it is, remove it. Try to remove it. Otherwise, be confident. Even if you don't respond, I think it is a better. It is a better reaction. The seventh is not willing to participate in social activities. Not willing to participate in social activities. That is also a kind of, that is a sign that the person is not having enough self confidence. So, being a self confident person, I think that is really good and that is really important. We need to become a self confident person. And we also, as far our today's discussion and article is concerned, I think that we should be looking upon ourselves whether I am a self confident person or not. If at all any of these, one of these, two of these, seven, three of these, four of these, signs are there inside us, it actually means that we need to reform ourselves. We need to improve. And if at all we are improving ourselves, obviously this is the best thing which we can give to we ourselves. Nothing is as greater a gift as this one, which is called self improvement. And self confidence, of course, it is very, very important. It is one of the essential qualities. It is one of the essential qualities which can make our life a good one. In the absence of self confidence, our life can never ever be a good one at all. And because we will not be able to take the decisions, and if at all a decision has been taken, it will not be able to implement and to practice it, to put it into use, and we will be start second guessing it. Why? Because we are lacking the self confidence. So self confidence is really, really important, and it's not something without which we can do away. We need to acquire it, and we need to pay the price of acquiring it. And if at all we are serious enough about acquiring this self confidence, it can be done. It's not something which is a rocket science. Thank you, Jazakallah.